So good morning, Sir Katahay. With me are my students from grade 7 collaboration. So class, kindly join in the ClassPoint app by typing www.classpoint.com in the browser and type the code or the class code that you can see in the screen. So for our class code, it's 25432 or kindly scan the QR code here. Okay. Okay, so now we have one participant joined. Let's wait for the others. Yan, second. And okay, let's wait.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm having a hard time po. Please wait po.
Okay, so we will now begin and while waiting for him. So class, before we start, yan, before we start, let us bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. Okay? So, dear Lord and Father of all, thank you for the day. Thank you for ways in which you provide for us all, for your protection and love. We thank you. Help us to focus our hearts and minds now on what we are about to learn. Inspire us by your Holy Spirit as we listen and write, and guide us by your eternal light as we discover more about the world around us. We ask all this in the name of Jesus. Amen. So, class, how are you today? I hope you're all doing good and excited about this online class. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes po.
let's see kung gaano kayo what are you feeling right now? Okay? So, yeah. Let us see. Wow. Okay. Oh, sige. Okay, so we have 30 seconds. And so let's see. We have here nervous, super excited, ready to learn, excited, happy. So let's see what is the top highlighted top answer. And we have here happy. So I'm sure that you will be going to be happy in the topic that we are going to discuss for today. Okay. So now let's proceed. We have here the class rules. So to make our discussion smooth and free from any distractions, here are the house rules or classroom etiquette. So please make sure you are in a safe place, free from distraction or noise. So join in the classroom discussion and activities and be active. So, okay, are we all clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Secretary, kindly record the Zoom video so to those students who will not be attending will still be able to get in touch with the lesson that we're going to discuss for today. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, let's next slide for attendance. So we have here attend today and achieve tomorrow. So for our attendance, Mr. President, Mr. J. Lord, are there any absents?
None, ma'am. So far, we are complete po.
Okay, that's great. So yeah. For today's week precept, push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. So when we say this, many people wait for things to happen, but the rest of the world is not going to do anything to help you. And it's up to you, and you're the only one who can do it. So to get what you want in your life, you need to change for yourself. You need to stop waiting and take action. Okay, so do you understand our week's precept?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's great. So now that we know what to do during our class, let's review first we had last meeting. So do you still remember the lesson that we had last meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
po.
okay. So what did we discuss last meeting?
Academic writing.
All right. So that's great. So now let's move on to our next activity, and I know this will be very exciting. So, are you all familiar in Scrabble?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have here for our first question. It is a method used in distinguishing the features of academic writing. What do you think this is? So kindly um, write your answer here. Okay, we still have 10 seconds left. Okay, and 30 seconds is stop. So let's see, most of you, I mean all of you rather, answered the word fish. So let's see if you make the right answer, okay, or if you guess the right answer. Okay, so that's right. We have here the fish. So fish method is used in distinguishing the feature of academic writing. So yeah. Next we have here. It is addition or word choice plays a big role in making sure that it is formal. So what do you think this is? Kindly write your answer in our word cloud. Okay, so let's close the submission. So all three of you answered the word formality. Let's see if your guess is right. Okay, that is correct. So formality, we have here the keyword formal. So it is a diction or a word choice that plays a big role in making sure that the academic writing is formal. Okay, awesome, you did great. So last, it is a type of nonfiction writing that are formal, standard, and impersonal. So what do you think this is? Remember the three key points here. Okay, 20 seconds is almost up. So let's close the submission. Okay, so all of you answered academic writing. Are you sure? Okay, so let's see. Correct. So academic writing is a type of nonfiction writing that are formal, standard, and impersonal. So remember these three key points here. Okay, so now let's take a look on this picture. So are you familiar with it? The one that you can see in the screen? Miss Venus, are you familiar with the with this costume here?
Yes.
Have you tried to wear this kind of clothing?
Yes, I have tried to use it during festival for performances in school.
Oh, very good. So what do you think this is?
It's a malong.
Very good. So a malong is a tubular garment or a highly prized clothing material of the Maranaos, Maguindanaoans, and other cultural communities in Mindanao. Okay, so this multicolored garment is the first companion of every Maranao throughout in their life. So it's, from birth until such time that he breathes his last. So malong has many uses and designs. So it can be used as an umbrella, wrap around, basket, blanket, curtain, tablecloth, baby's hammock, and prop in theatrical presentation that what Miss Venus have said earlier. So it may represent also a mountain cave, tunnel, or woven of the waves of the raging sea. So, among the cultural groups in the Philippines, the Maranaos are the most influential groups in Philippine fashion. So, many people adopted the wearing of malong as a fashion. So, the Maranaos usually gather this garment and wrap it around their breast while wearing a long sleeve blouse because it is a taboo in their culture if they wear the malong or if they wear the malong without an overblouse. So among men, malong is worn tied at the waist. Okay? So since you have an idea and the background knowledge about malong, do you think the colors make malong more beautiful and attractive? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if that, do you think the color of malong signifies something? Does the color of the mallow signify something? Or if you wear a yellow, what does it signify? That if you wear violet, or does it make sense? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So actually, the colors portray the experiences of the Maguindanaoans have gone through. So and also the colors represent the status of their life. Or their life, like red, purple, and yellow, and is worn for ceremonial occasions in the past. And yellow was preserved for the local royalty. So just like the rainbows, malong, some just like the colors in the malong, some of the colors are also found in the rainbow. So are you familiar with the rainbow colors?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
right. What are the colors in the rainbow?
Blue,
Red, orange.
Yellow.
Okay.
Green. Indigo violet.
purple.
Okay, very good. So we have here the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, or the most commonly known in its term as Teroy GB. So we have learned this during our grade 7 in science class. Okay, so now, since you have an idea about the rainbow colors, let us watch this short film from the movie Trolls. Okay?
Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you can make you feel so small.
What are you doing? The king is waiting. Get those trolls up there!
Sorry, Chef.
Oh, you are sorry.
Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy. Can't remember when last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them
thank you.
No, thank you
For what?
for showing me how to be happy.
Really? You're finally happy? Now?
I think so. Happiness is inside of all of us, right? Sometimes you just need someone to help you find it.
Okay, so after watching the video, we were going to answer the following questions about the clip that I have shown you earlier. So what does the video tell you? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Yes?
um, it's about of not being afraid to show your true colors. In other words, be yourself.
Okay, so very good. So it shows how we should not be afraid of what we are really feeling inside and we should be happy all the times. Okay, so for the second question, how do the characters in the video change? Anyone?
By shining with their respective colors.
Okay, so we have seen earlier that the trolls change their colors because they are now happy. Am I correct? Because they have shown their true colors. So next, based on the clip, how do colors change the mood of the characters? Yes, Mr. J. Lord.
Um, when they expresses happiness or being true to their feelings po.
Correct. So we have seen that earlier that the male troll, I don't know what his name is, he said that he's finally happy. So I think that is one way that the characters in the mood of the characters change. And last, what does the line your true colors are beautiful like a rainbow mean? Yes. Yes.
Um, it means you're perfect as you are, no matter what others say. You are beautiful.
Okay, so that's correct. So we have here this kind of impurities that we have, but that makes us unique in our ways, and that makes us special. Okay, so now let's move on to scientific investigation. So where this video clip will talk about how the rainbows are formed. So let's see.
Wondering what this is, right? Well, this is a prism. It breaks a single beam of white light into several beams of light. Oops! Did I share the secret with you? I haven't. Oh, do you know that the white light is made up of several different colors? Yes, it is. Take a glass of water and place a mirror inside it. Make sure the room is completely dark. Take a torch and flash it towards the mirror that you placed inside the glass. Watch a rainbow appear from the angle of your mirror. Now, place the paper and see the 7 colors. Hey, can you identify these colors? Come, let's say their names together. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Together, they are also called Vibgyor. So now I'll tell you how a rainbow is formed. The raindrops act as small prisms and break the sun's white light into a band of 7 colors. And that is when you see a rainbow. Trivia time! Did you know that a rainbow is actually a full circle? But since we see it on the ground, we generally see it as a semicircle.
Okay, so I hope that every time you see a rainbow in the sky, you can share it to others the scientific explanation behind this and why is there is a rainbow after the rain. So let's move on. So picture it out what you can see. And one,
Paradise.
very good. So there's a paradise. It is most commonly answer we have. Anyone? And more answers.
A rainbow.
A field
Okay.
of flowers.
Very good. So there's a rainbow here. So this is a scenery of a particular where the rainbow where we always see the rainbow, okay? So I hope that every time you see a rainbow, it reminds you about this lesson that we have discussed for today. Okay, so now we have here the matching vocabulary. So let's move on to our next activity. So this time you're going to find out the meaning of the word. So we have here to match the column A in the to correspond to the definition of the stated in column B. So use the given sentences as your hints to find the correct answer. Okay, so number one, denigrate. So for the sample here is theater have been denigrating her acting ability. So what is it? What does denigrate mean? Okay, so let's now close our submission for it's about 30 seconds. So let's see. Letter C, is it the correct answer? That's right. So denigrate means to say unfair comments. So saying theater have been saying unfair comments about her acting ability. So it doesn't make sense, right? Okay, next, haughty. So the haughty waiter smirked when I talked to him. What is it? What does the word haughty mean? Okay, so let's see the correct answer. And most all of you answered the letter E. The correct answer is that's right, it's letter E. So when we say haughty, it's blatantly disdainfully proud. So yeah, the haughty waiter smirked when I talked to him. Next, outlandish. So my friend plans to go some outlandish place to look for buried treasure. What does outlandish means? Okay, so let's see. All of you answered letter D. So the correct answer is that's right. When we say outlandish, it's very strange or unusual. So my friend plans to go to some very strange place to look for buried treasure. 4. Patriotism. So her patriotism was so heartfelt that she quit her job to serve the community. What does patriotism mean? Okay, so all of you answered letter B. So that's right. When we say patriotism, it's love for one's country. Her love for her country was so heartfelt that she quit her job to serve the community. Last, contentious. So gun control is likely to be contentious subject in any group discussion. What does the word contentious mean? Okay, so That's right. I forgot to show the correct answer. But since we have the last letter here, it's likely to cause disagreement acting ability. So when we say contentious, so a gun control is likely to cause some disagreement subject in every group discussion. So now that we have defined the difficult words, we have unlocked them, let's proceed with the meaning of parable. So when we say parable, it is a succinct didactic in prose or verse which illustrates one or more instructive lessons or principle. So remember that parable is a story used to illustrate good moral. So in simple words, parable is a simple story that teaches a moral lesson. So for example, we have the common example of parable. It is the Good Samaritan that can be found in Luke 10:25 to 37. So this time we're going to read the Parable of Rainbow Colors. So this literary text is written by former Senator and DOH Secretary Juan M. Flavier. So as you read the literary text, you will have a chance to understand how you should defend yourself from being belittled and how you should anchor your strengths to broaden horizon. So this parable rather will also help you explore your existing powerful and characteristics while allowing others to be part of your success. Are you all ready? So let's begin. The Parable of Rainbow Colors by Juan M. Flavier. So Miss Venus, can you read the first paragraph?
It all started as innocent statements by each of the callers. No attempt was made by anyone to denigrate the others. There was ever an element of restraint and humility.
Okay, proceed. Miss Kit, can you read the second paragraph? Since Miss Kit has having internet problems, let's call Mr. Matt. Can you read the second paragraph?
But as time went on, the colors' declarations became stronger and haughty, with an overtone that tended to put down the other colors. Their claim became very explicit as to who was the best color. It reached the point when the colors were actually quarreling.
Okay, so next, Mr. Lazaraga, can you read the next paragraph?
Said the color red, I am the most brightest, for red is the most striking. Why? Life-sustaining blood is color red. I represent courage and bravery. Even love symbols like the heart and the rose are color red.
Okay, so for next, Miss Venus.
The color yellow retorted, what can be brighter than my yellow exemplified by the sun? I am the color of gaiety and of warmth. Without me, only the eye-glaring ones remain.
Okay, Mr. Matt, can you read?
What an outlandish claim. Sunrise is orange, not yellow. I am more important because I represent health and strength. Look at the ripened fruits and vegetables. They are predominantly orange. Interpose the colors orange.
Okay, Mr. Lazaraga, can you read the next paragraph? The green, color green.
Well, if you are talking about vegetables and leaves, you are referring to my color. I am the symbol of life. All that thrives in the fields and the forests in the greenery I provide. I am the most important color, declared the color green.
Okay, and we have here the color blue. Anyone? Okay, so the color blue could not help it anymore. So it shouted, what can be more expansive than skies and the more seas? Do you forget the farthest and the deepest seas are blue? I represent patriotism. I stand for the depth of feelings and extensive spaces. Okay, so Miss Venus,
The
can you...
color,
Ayan. Okay, Mr. Lazaraga.
the color indigo came out with a statement. You talk about wide areas. I hope you realize the largest area in the world is silence, and I represent that dimension. With my color means thoughtfulness. It is prayer expressed in the deepest of feelings.
Okay. And for the last color, we have anyone?
Aha! You forget the pomp of royalty and power is violet. I am wisdom and authoritative. What can be more overwhelming? Shouted the caller.
Okay. So suddenly the rain interrupted. Contentious exchange of arguments. Yes, you all have your unique features, but all of you have a special role. And more importantly, you need each other to give a mix of colors for beauty. Because of your quarreling, God has asked me to inform you of a decision. From now on, you will not be seen separately. When it rains, a strip of colors will appear in the sky. You will all appear together. You will be called a rainbow. You will then represent cooperation and hope. With that, the rain disappeared. So, after reading the story, again, did you understand the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
so what is the title of the literary text again? It's the parable of what?
Rainbow color.
Very good. So now, what messages can be taken from the parable? Let's pick a name. Okay, I will randomly select a student. Okay, I think Miss Kit has having internet problem connection. Let's pick another one. Miss Venus. So what messages can be taken from the parable?
I believe that it shows us that every color has is very important and it has different meanings.
Okay, so very good that every color has their unique specification or unique characteristics. Next, if you were one of the colors, what would you be and why? Let's pick a name. Miss Raven, Mr. Raven.
If I'm one of the colors, I would choose the color green because I represent life and, uh, and happiness.
Very good. So I would be also picking the color green because it's my favorite color. Okay, so next, what did the rain tell the colors that made them realize their special role? So Mr. Matt is the only one who haven't called yet. So what do you think? What did the rain tell the colors?
They all have unique features that made them special.
Mm. So very good. So the rain rather emphasizes the importance of cooperation. So in that way, they have been together as one, and they can be seen as rainbow. Okay, so why do you think the rain emphasized the need for cooperation? Let's pick a name again. As we said, Raven. So why do you think the rain emphasizes the need for cooperation?
Um, um, for the collaboration or the teamwork.
Very
Yun lang
good.
po.
Very good. So the rain emphasizes the cooperation because they have these unique traits, and if they are together, they can form a very special trait that can be seen. So whenever we see a rainbow, it's so very, it seems like it's very special. That has kind of effect for me. So in your idea, how are you going to show cooperation during the COVID-19? So we all know the napapanahon ng COVID-19 pandemic here. So what do you think? Miss Venus, how are you going to show cooperation during COVID-19 or
Um,
during this pandemic?
Ma'am, I believe that during this pandemic, we can show our cooperation to the government by following the distance rules and wearing face masks so that everyone will be healthier.
Okay, so very good. So we all know that the cooperation is very important, especially amidst of the pandemic. Okay, so this time let's proceed. So this time we will having we will be having a group activity. So each group will write a slogan that will best encourage the humanity not to first lose hope in times of hardship and challenges, followed by cooperate and collaborate to achieve better outcomes, and lastly, accept inevitable changes and use for them for self-development. So I will be giving you 3 minutes to finish it, or you may use any kinds of platform such as Canva. Okay, so okay, we have 30 seconds left. We still have one group. Where is the other group? Where is Venus group rather? Okay, let's close this. So we have here 3 groups. So first, let's see. Alone, we are smart. Together, we are brilliant. So very good. So I like how you emphasize rather the cooperation amidst the pandemic. Next, for that we will give this a heart. Okay. Next, let's not lose hope in humanity. Instead, live to help others. We can make a difference. So very good. You already apply the value of cooperation. Heart. Next is there's wow. I think so far this is the most good design. There's always a rainbow after the rain. So I like how you apply the story of the parable of the rainbow colors and how do you emphasize the the rainbow after the rain. So for that, I'll give this a 20 over 20 and this one 18 over 20 and 18 over 20 as well. So, okay, let's move on. And so here's the rubrics. Okay. Oh my goodness. So imagine you are in a group of friends with different qualities like rainbow colors. So if you were one of the colors, what would you be and why? Let's pick name. Okay. Matt, if you were one of the colors, what would you be and why? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So if you're one of the colors, what would you choose and why did you choose that color?
I would be the color blue
Okay.
because the color blue signifies coolness and relaxation.
Okay, so very good. So you already apply the blue color in the story. So next, is it okay to be different? Why? Let's pick a card. Reset and okay. Venus. Is it okay to be different? And why would you think so?
Yes, ma'am, I believe that it is okay to be different because each and every one of us is unique in our own way.
Okay, very good. So yes, it's okay to be different, and that's what makes us unique in our special way. So yeah, for the third rather, how will you defend yourself from being belittled in the society?
Me.
Yes, Mr. Lazaraga.
By trusting yourself and do not believe to what the other people are telling you. Just always be positive and love yourself.
Very good. So you already applied the moral lesson of parable of the rainbow colors. So next, what does a rainbow represent? Why does a rainbow represent hope? Why do you think so?
Ma'am,
Yes, Venus.
I think that rainbow represents hope because it only comes after a rain, which oftentimes signifies sad events. So even if there are sad events that happen to me,
Yes.
after that there always a rainbow that comes next.
Very good. So yes, that's correct because rainbow, whenever there's a rain, there's always a rainbow after, diba? So it always represents hope or a new chapter or a new beginning. So next, why cooperation is important in a team? Who plays here like volleyball, basketball? Why does cooperation is important? Yes,
Because even though one person can have strengths, there's always a weakness that he or she can control. In such that cooperation means um, preventing that weakness as a team.
very good. So exactly, your the cooperation is important because that's what makes a team. So if there's no cooperation, there's no faith or anything, that a team wouldn't be exist. You're just a certain bunch of fellow or basketball players that unite, but you wouldn't be called as a team. And last, how will you encourage others to cooperate in societal activities, especially right now we're in the midst of a pandemic? Yes,
Uh,
Mr. J. Lord.
I will encourage others to participate or cooperate in societal or social activities by telling them the benefits that they can acquire in doing so.
Very good. So in that way, that's right. What Mr. J. Lord have said. We will convince. We will let the people know what is the value of cooperation. Especially we are in the midst of pandemic, where there's a lot of people struggling right now. Whether it may be in health problems, financial problems, or anything emotional. So we have to encourage others to help also another one. So in that way, in this way we cooperate, we achieve cooperations. Okay, so here we have societal wait, wait, my treasure. So reflect and focus on your thoughts and feelings about the lesson. So what discussion or learning strike you the most and why? So among the throughout the lesson, what is the learning strike that got you and why and what is it? So let's call or pick a name. Matt, what is the most striking part of the discussion or the lesson that made a big impact to you as a person or as a
Being
student?
different.
Yes,
Being different because even though you are different from the society, it doesn't mean that you don't belong from that society. There's always a reason for you to join their societal activities, cause and such.
very good. So you already know, you already learned the importance of being different. So most of us doesn't like to be different. We always want to be happy go lucky or go with the flow. And now that we have finally understand the importance of being unique, and that's what really matters the most. Okay, so here, answer me. So using the moral of the story you learned, like what Mr. Matt have said, explain in 2 to 3 sentences how the parable can be considered a tool in discovering the concept of cooperation. Okay, so I will give you 30 seconds or 1 minute to answer. 30 seconds left.
Ma'am,
Yes?
question po.
Yes?
What is the class code of the class point po?
So the class point code is 25432, or you can find it at the upper left corner of the screen right here. 25432. So we have one answer. Let's wait for the others. Two more to go. Okay, so 20 seconds left. We will be answered the importance or the moral. How can be a parable be a concept for a cooperation? So let's see. 2 minutes and we will close the submission. Okay. Okay, let's close it. So here we have 3 answers. So for the first, let's read. Parable can, so wait, before it, let's see. The question rather is, how can a parable be considered a tool in discovering a concept of cooperation? So for the first answer, we have, for math, parable can help readers instill moral lesson which will inspire them to do the same thing. So very good. Next, instead of fighting and arguing with each other, it's better to cooperate, and it will create more positive and you will be able to do something more productive. So this has a striking points. So she emphasizes the needs of cooperation and how can cooperation help and affect the world that we're currently living in. Next, by learning moral lessons, right? So it helps you see the good in them. So exactly, through moral lesson, like for example, this parable of rainbow colors, we seen the importance or the beauty of being different, for being unique. So I think it's the best way to help to discover the concept of cooperation. So for our assignment, write the name of your classmate that you can connect to each color of the rainbow. So then explain in 2 to 3 sentences how cooperation is achieved in your classroom despite the differences among them. So here is the table. So for example, the color red, the color red symbolizes courageous. So who among of your classmates represents that trait? Okay, so we will write here and you will pass this next meeting and we will read your answers and you will explain why that classmate is possesses that trait or that color. Okay, so now that we have finally unraveled the importance of being unique, the importance of the rainbow colors, the parable of the rainbow colors, what parable means. So I think it's time for us to innate those moral lessons that we have, and we are going to apply all this in our, not only in the classroom setting but also in the current world that we're living in. So in that way we're going to make such difference, like for example for being unique. So thank you class. Any questions before we end this meeting?
And so far po.
Okay, so if you have any questions, kindly message me on Google Classroom. So that's it. Class dismissed. So goodbye, class.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Bye ma'am, thank you po.
Thank you po. Okay.